Okay, we are live. No, let me do that for you real quick. Let's see if people can hear us. I turned it off, I think. All right. Had to turn the alarm off because Tammy's got cookies going. Brownies. Yum, yum, yum. Get some brownies as we're talking, everybody. How is everybody? Can anybody hear me? Something went wrong. Tap for a try. Can you hear me? Here we go. I can hear myself. Always a good thing, right? Who's out there? We've got a few of you joined us. Can you hear me okay? Nacho Line's with us. Good to see you, Nacho. Nacho's always there. He's reliable as the sun coming up. Matt Burkhart, so you can hear us. On the lease, it sounds good. 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 Okay, so last time we talked about things that could poison your dogs. And I said I'd go, well, put it this way. I went and looked today. I did two things. I went and looked through some of my previous videos that I've done where I've talked about poisons, how to know a dog's been poisoned, what to do when a dog's been poisoned, and then what things are generally poisonous to dogs. So I thought I'd start off today by just kind of following up on that stuff. But let's look at a question here. Debbie O says, can a French Bulldog female take on 1 AI on day 12? Yeah, absolutely. You bet. So if you were just blindly breeding a dog without any information at all, you'd breed the dog on day 12, one time. That would be your best shot without knowing anything else. Of course, there's other things that fit into this. What's the blood color? How's she behaving towards other dogs? Have you got any history of her before? If you've got a progesterone test, what the progesterone numbers are, how open is she if you're doing an AI, all those things that would help you decide whether you're in the right place. But if you're just blindly doing this, then yeah, that'd be it. What do I recommend? Well, I guess the situation that you're in, Debbie O, is that you cannot get a second AI done. You don't have time to get progesterone levels for whatever reason. So one thing I'd say would be is when you do the AI, how open is the dog? When I say open, on a French Bulldog, you can get about that much rod in. About 4 inches of rod goes in pretty easily. A dog that's open will get another couple of inches in. You're kind of mucking around with the AI rod, playing around, moving it backwards and forwards, putting your finger in there, stretching things around, and all of a sudden it goes in another 1.5 inches. That is an open dog. That is a really good sign that you're in the right place. So without, again, the next best thing, the best thing, of course, is to get a PG level. But anyway, Natural Line says, my dog is 6.4 on IDEX. Will she start to double now she's near ovulation? You'd expect so. So typically, what we say is ovulation is something around a 5. The next day, it should be something around an 8. The day after that, it should be something around a 15. But I can tell you, I see so many dogs that are doing this. They stick at a particular number for days. Might stay at like 12 or 13 for days. And the literature says, oh, they've ovulated, they're ready to be bred. No, I don't think so. So, this is, unfortunately, it's just not guaranteed just because a dog's at 6 and it's going to be ready to breed in 2 days. But the classic answer would be yes, it would be ready in 2 days, right? Okay. So, how are we doing for people? Oh, yeah, we've quite a few people here. Good. Right. So, hey, start by giving us a thumbs up. That'd be nice. Give us a thumbs up. That would be appreciated. So anyway, I'm going to go back to this, what we talked about last time, which is these things that can do your dog in food-wise. And I kind of did a refresher for myself. I got some notes here. Did a refresher for myself, and I went and looked to see, what Google says if you put in, what are poisons to your dog. And there's a bloody great big long list, and I'm not buying all this. I think that the degree of toxicity is very, I think there's some things that are definitely you want to avoid. And there's some things on this list that I think are probably not too critical. So let's just talk a moment here about the things that I think most people would agree on. So the first one would be chocolate. Chocolate, not good for dogs. I think it's theobromine. I'm not sure what the chemical is in it. I want to say it's theobromine. Is toxic to dogs, and it depends on the size of the dog. Now, most of these things that are poisonous, the amount of toxicity depends on the milligrams per pound that you're getting in. Small dogs would be in trouble with less than the bigger dog. But with chocolate, there are certain chocolates, darker, bitter chocolates, that are definitely bad news for dogs. Milk chocolates probably get away with it. I mean, if you've got a Chihuahua that ate a whole bar of milk chocolate, that would not be good. And if it ate a whole kind of half a pound of cooking chocolate, bitter dark chocolate, I would think that would be a very bad thing for Chihuahua. If a Great Dane ate a milk bar, probably have little effect at all. But any of you out there who've been through this, I've never had a dog that I've knowingly had eaten chocolate or seen the results of it. So, Tami, have you ever had a dog that's eaten chocolate? What happened? Did you have a poodle? Oh, okay. So Tami has had a little poodle. What kind of chocolate did she eat? Well, wait till Tami comes in here. We'll ask her about that particular thing. But so anyway, chocolate, bad news. And then, well, I'm going to talk at the end of this about what you do. Chocolate, bad news. Apparently, grapes are bad news. Avocados are bad news. Macadamia nuts are bad news. Alcohol's bad news because they can't metabolize alcohol the way we do. Xylitol, the sweetener's bad news. So all of those things I would 100% agree on. So those things are, again, one grape for a Great Dane, I don't think it's going to do much trouble. One grape for a toy tiny Chihuahua might be not good news. Here comes Tami. Oh, okay. Tami's going to come. Right. So so going on this list, here's some things that are on the list. Onions, chives, garlics, and leeks. I mean, somebody last time says they give their dogs garlic all the time. So apparently it's not that toxic, because there was somebody who said they give garlic all the time. So it's on the list. Yeast dough is on the list. Why is yeast dough on the list? Because I guess it expands in the stomach. I mean, again, so what? I mean, I just, look, it comes to the amount again and the size of the dog. But I mean, I don't think you're going to plug a dog up if it eats, the equivalent of, that much of yeast dough. I wouldn't think so, but it's on the list. Caffeine's on the list. Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, the dog might get a bit hyper. I don't think he's going to get in too bad a shape. Dairy products are on the list. I mean, it might have some diarrhea. If you get a dog ate up, half a cup of milk, it might get some diarrhea. It's not going to do the dog in. I don't consider that to be a poison. Salt. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, anything that you can take in too much quantity is potentially poisonous. I mean, for us, if you have salt's fine, but if you have too much salt, it definitely could do you in. And over a long period, it can give you high blood pressure. But again, I wouldn't put salt on the list, but it's on the list. Mushrooms are on the list. Well, look, when you say mushrooms, there's a crap load of mushrooms that'll do you and me. A death cap mushroom will kill you. Half a mushroom will kill a grown man within, a day. Terrible stomach pains, and there's not much you can do about it. So, of course, there are certain kinds of mushrooms, but a regular mushroom, probably okay if I was guessing. Coffee. Okay. That came up with the caffeine thing. I'm not buying that this is going to be too poisonous. Raw meat and eggs. Well, look, there's lots of you who have raw diets for your dogs. And I mean, there is a certain amount of risk of pathogens in raw meat, but dogs are equipped for this. They've got a stomach that's set up to eat raw meat. And what do they do in the wild? They're living off raw meat. So why this is on this list, I'm not buying that either. Apricot, peach, and cherry pits. That could well be. I mean, there's things in those things like arsenic that are in certain kinds of pits that potentially, I guess, maybe could be a problem. But the point here is that I think that we kind of go overboard a little bit on some of this stuff. Let's see if anybody's any commenting on this yet. No, nobody's particularly interested in what I'm talking about. But I'm going to keep going for a minute before we start answering questions. So I think there's a couple of things here about which I think are the important part of the conversation is how would you know that your dog has eaten something that you should do something about? And then what would you do in a situation you realize the dog has eaten that said poisonous substance? So a dog that's eaten something is going to be in some form of distress. I mean, one of the things that you'll see a dog will be standing up and not wanting to lay down because its stomach hurting. It's got gastral distress. Of course, if the dog starts to foam at the mouth, that would be a real concern. If it's salivating like crazy, that might be a concern. You know, if it starts to go into a coma and acting really funny, then that would be a big concern. So then what do you do in these situations? Well, the first thing is try to determine what the heck the dog's eating. Look around, see whether you can find a chocolate bar, whether there is something like, things that we didn't mention here that obviously are very, very toxic, things like pesticides, snail bait. We had somebody who'd had two of our dogs, and the two boys they got from us, and when they were about 9 months old, both those dogs got into some snail bait and they both died. So very quickly, within a few hours, they were dead. So, there are obviously some things that are very toxic. So, but if you see a dog that's in trouble, look around and try to determine what it has eaten. If you can, look at it because there's typically a label on it that says what to do. If it's known to be poisonous to small children, then there will be a label on it that says something about it. And you can call the CDC up, and there may even be a phone number on that you can call up. And whatever that you do for humans is probably going to be applicable to dogs as well. May not be, but probably is. So if you see a dog, it's eaten something, you can determine that it's in trouble, and you can find out what it's eaten. Go look at the label. Try to make the dog throw up. In most cases, to get a dog to throw up, give it about, for every 5 pounds of weight, 1 teaspoonful of hydrogen peroxide will make a dog throw up. Apparently, cow's milk and raw and egg whites will. I wouldn't trust that one myself. The peroxide would. So when do you not want a dog to throw up? If it's something that's that it specifically says on the label, you found the label and it says don't make the dog throw up, then don't make the dog throw up. If the dog's in a coma, was passed out, don't make the dog throw up. If it's something that's a bleach or acid type product, don't make the dog throw up. The other thing that you can do is give activated charcoal. So you can buy activated charcoal tablets at Walmart. You can buy it as a powder. It's very nasty stuff. I mean, in terms of it just goes everywhere. It's like carbon black. It makes a huge freaking mess. If you're going to give them that, then you'd have to go get a feeding tube, mix it up with some water, put it into a syringe, suck it up, and put it straight into their mouth. And I mean, that's probably one of the best things you could do is activated charcoal because it mops up things like chemicals that really can cause problems, can be bound up by the charcoal, and then they just poop them out. Okay, I think that was it. So there we go. That was what I said I'd do last time. So now I've spent the first few minutes talking about that. All right, let's have a look here. What have we got going on? Nacho Line says, we're talking about the 6.4 in the IDEX machine. Yes, in my opinion, wait 2 to 3 days and maybe get another PG test for best results. Absolutely. Yeah, if a dog's at a 6, wait 2 days, test again. I say this: if you're waiting a few days, that's great. But if the dog goes clear on color, really rosy, red, light pink to vanilla, get a test done right away. And I mean, this is what I do these days. I get a test done when I've done my last AI. I want to make sure the number's in the 20s because sometimes they just don't rise and you think you're in the right place, you're not. I think you absolutely should do a PG test when you think you've done your last AI. D. Dover, do you know about the CY3 variant on the health panel test? How does it affect them? If a dog carries just one copy, is it safe to breed? So CY3 is cisterna. This is the one that it is kidney stones. It's pretty damn common in French Bulldogs. I would venture to guess that something like 30% of French Bulldogs have a single copy of CY, or one variation of it anyway, cisterna. If that's a true statement, then I think that probably something like 8%, 30 times 30, 10% of all Frenchies have 2 copies. A dog that has a single copy will not suffer from it. a dog that has a single copy can pass that copy on to its offspring. And if the other part of the breeding, if it's a male dog or the female dog also has a copy of it, then 25% of those dogs you'd expect to have 2 copies of Sternia, and those dogs can get in trouble. Now, are they going to get in trouble? No, not necessarily so. And I can tell you this: I've had a lot of dogs over the years, and I have never knowingly had a dog that's had kidney stones.
Or been doing it for 25 years.
Yes, I tell you, it's been 25 years.
And
so
the woman that we bought our first Frenchies from would have told us too. So.
Well, I don't know if it was that. No, I don't know if it was that knowledgeable back then about.
No, but I mean,
you couldn't test for it back then.
Yeah, you couldn't test for it, but nobody mentioned anything about kidney stones back then either.
No, but I mean, just like humans and dogs can get kidney stones, right? So, and I mean,
I don't have a microphone.
So the answer is, would you breed a dog? Well, what I would try to do is, if you've got a copy of it, I would try to find the mate that doesn't have a copy of it, so that that the pup is some. If you've got one copy, the mate doesn't. Half the dogs are going to get one copy of it. Those dogs will never suffer from it, but they could carry it on. So yes, you can still breed that dog, basically. Castle Hill Labs is with us.
We used to do labs.
Yes.
For about 8 years.
We did.
That was 30 some odd years ago.
I love the lab.
Yeah.
They're such nice dogs.
Oh, they're sweet puppies.
They are. They're very nice dogs. Jake, our son-in-law, has a flat coat retriever.
She's black, just jet black.
Kind of a labby type dog, isn't it?
Well, kind of, sort of like a retriever, more or less.
Got the same personality.
Yeah, very gentle.
Yeah, exactly. Very gentle, loving.
She's not a hunting dog, so she's not hyper.
Right.
We didn't have hyper labs. Yes. We were very choosy about who we bred to. That's another thing to talk about when you're choosing your studs. You want something that's not going to be bouncing off the wall, being, their personality, I think it's
my personality is very laid back, quiet, and relaxed. Tammy's bouncing off the wall. So, I thought that I'd try to get it so that our kids could be
Everybody knows different. Everybody knows different.
Castle Hill Labs. Some people give their dogs raw chicken wings or chicken backs. I'm personally terrified to do this. What do you think? Well, What do you think?
If you cook the chicken, you don't give it to them because the bones are more brittle. Then I have heard that if you give them chicken, and I'd hate to say raw chicken.
Well, I know who gives raw chicken.
I do too, and I just salmonella just scares me to death. But
so we've got a friend who raises German Shepherds, and she's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, long time.
She's in the show ring, very successful at it, and she feeds all of her dogs raw chicken. When I help them breed dogs, and I haven't done it in a while, but when I go there, there's always she's probably how many German Shepherds she's got? She's probably got 10 or 12.
I don't know.
She's got a lot. Anyway, she's got a big outfit. And I help her every now and then. She's get dog AI, and I go help her do the AIs. When I go there, there's always a big, 15, 20-pound bag of chickens in there, or chicken pieces. And she just gives that to dogs where she doesn't do anything to it, just cuts it up into legs into halves and gives it to the dogs. And the dogs look great. So, I think that dogs are generally set up to handle raw food. Well, let me keep going for a second.
I know.
So, but the thing that would concern me is salmonella. So I think that you've got to be careful. If you're
and raw eggs and raw chicken. Yeah, I'm afraid of.
Are you putting this in your fridge? Because I wouldn't. Because that's the place that I would be concerned. I would be more concerned about you getting salmonella than your dog suffering from it. Because you're
wearing your gloves and
wash your hands afterwards. A different fridge, and I think you're probably fine.
I don't know.
Right. Well, here we go. Reigning French Bulldogs. We feed our French Bulldogs a raw diet and have for many, many years, and they've never had a problem. In fact, they all thrive on it. So there you go. I'll buy it. I'll buy it.
It's work too. When you're doing your.
Well, maybe they'll tell us how much work it is.
Yeah.
So I know it's probably. I did go through an episode.
There's people that set out a whole weekend of
Well, I got
getting it
that big-
already. I know.
I got a big pressure cooker,
I know.
huge pressure cooker. I mean, it was probably 50
Mm.
pounds of food in it, and I started, mucking around with raw, with cooked food. I didn't want to do raw, but I did cooked food because, it's pretty expensive to feed dogs, and I always thought that the food, we feed Life's Abundance, it's a good quality food. But I always thought that dogs would probably enjoy a lot more having something that was a bit more tasty than kibble, and they loved it. But it was a lot of work, and I stopped doing it because I'm lazy. So maybe
We're old.
yeah, right. So yeah, I know there's a lot of. I mean, look, there's a big movement for things like what's this farmer's dog?
Yeah, farmer's dog.
Hey,
I've heard that.
Do you know how much it is?
No, I don't have a clue how much it is. There was some kind of dog food that was advertised on Facebook. And when I saw how big the bag was, which was maybe, I don't even think it was 5 pounds.
Yeah,
and it was ridiculously
was
high,
it?
like $30 or $40
believe
for
it.
it. And it was
I
like,
believe it.
oh my gosh.
Hey, we feed Bill Jack, and a Bill Jack is, I think it's
Like
that's
it's
5
like
pounds.
20.
5 pounds.
Yeah, it's 5 pounds
It's-
and it's 20.
That's
So
12.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
So it's $6 a pound.
Mhm.
Not cheap.
Yeah.
If you're
But
feeding
that's
that,
5 pounds better than 3
absolutely.
pounds.
No,
for
I would
30
think.
and $40.
If anybody's feeding farmer's dog, tell us what you think.
I mean,
What it
if
is.
you got your own one dog,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
but when you're feeding, 4 or 6 or more,
Right.
it's expensive.
Yep. Right. Castle Hill Labs again. IDEX, my dog was 5.4. Vet bred the next day, Thursday, and again Saturday. Regular AI. Let me know in November how it works. Yeah, well, I would say this. That's fine. You're probably okay. But I would have been much happier if you'd done a final progesterone test when you thought you were finished to make sure the numbers were in the 20s, because then you know you're okay. You didn't do that. That'll get you tripped up maybe 10% of the time. Pamela Corman, and that's a name I don't recognize. Good to have you with us, Pamela. What does it mean if a Frenchie has one blue eye and one red eye?
Red eye?
One red, one blue.
It sounds like she's got testable chocolate and sounds like she may have Merle.
Yeah, well, I'm coming up a different way on this.
Okay, go ahead.
So I get a lot of people who say, my dog's got a blue eye, and I look at it, and you're talking about doing this test where you go to
Oh, I thought you meant the iris of the eye was blue.
Most of the eye is what you said.
Maybe it's a reflection of blue and one's reflection of red.
Well, I mean, you can take any dog and take a...
Yeah, so
make it,
is it reflection or is it the actual eyeball iris that's the color of blue and then glows red? I bet it's glows the blue and the red.
So certainly with the Merle dog that Tammy mentioned, you could have a dog that has 2 different colored eyes. That's quite common in Merles. And then if you do a red eye glow test on those dogs, almost all Merles come up red, just like a dog that has testable or cocoa. Do you want to read this?
No.
Okay.
I'm just cutting you off short so you'll get to everybody.
Well, I don't have a lot here, and
Okay.
that's no problem. So Miniature Schnauzers of Delmarva said, greetings, good to have you with us. Elliot Frenchie Farms with us, hello.
Oh, we could use some more thumbs up.
We could, couldn't we?
Not too bad, but we could always use more thumbs up. Hit that like button.
Fashion Forward Mum says, I feed Purina. It's been around forever, and it's always been good about sending coupons to help. We used to feed Purina.
To our labs.
To our labs.
And then my vet told me, said, Tammy, you'll see a world of difference change when you change from Purina. Now Purina is remember I said that was 30 some odd years ago. Now Purina has bettered themselves, so I don't know, because I'm happy with my Life Abundance. Have been for about 8 years.
Kitty cats get?
The kitty cats get kitten chow.
That's made by?
And it's made by Purina.
So Purina's been in the market for a long time.
Yeah. My brother-in-law was an accountant for Purina here in Edmond. So.
Oh, is that Purina? Okay.
There's a Purina factory here.
My sister used to be CEO of Old Mother Hubbard, which is a high-end dog food. Right?
Yeah.
That
was a long time ago.
It was.
About 5 years ago.
Yes. Matt Burkhart. What's the best time to start testing semen motility on a soon-to-be stud, 8-month-ish or later? Well,
you need to start testing it at 6 months. like about 6.5 months, because sometimes there's males that are ready at 7 months, which is, unusual, not real unusual, but there's a possibility you could start using him sooner if you know that his semen was good at 7 months. So I would say start in at 6, look at it. If it's cloudy, then you may want to test it. But if it's not cloudy, try again in another week.
Well, I think the argument here
Practice.
is that, the sooner you start practicing, the more chance you're going to get your dog online, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you start too early, what's the harm side of it?
Not
That's
a
right.
thing.
There's not a thing wrong
Just
with it,
getting
right?
him ready and getting him used to you.
Yeah, right. Getting
doing
him
what
ready
you're
to be
doing.
around females and knowing what he's supposed to be doing and getting excited about it. So most dogs aren't going to do much at 7 months, but I wouldn't worry about a motility test. First thing I'd do is just see if you can actually produce something in a cup. Now, what you're going to find is the first time you're trying to collect from him, you'll feel a few little spots, and you may get an erection. Now, a few little spots of fluid that's in the cup. They don't amount to a hill of beans, but it's got kind of a milky color to it. Hey, guess what? It's probably going to be
It's just
sperm.
about ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep on practicing, like Tammy's saying. Keep practicing once a week. Once you've got
that old saying, practice makes perfect.
Yeah, right. Works for me.
James, why do you carry this in the wrong direction?
I didn't. I just meant practice makes perfect.
No.
Okay.
No, you said something else.
I didn't say anything else. So, but I mean,
you said it works for you.
Practice makes perfect. That's the.
No, that's not what you said.
That is what I said.
Let's go back to the thumbs up.
Okay.
James
anyway,
you can tell his age. They talk
James
a lot.
Someone said James tripping. So look, there's nothing to be. I wouldn't bother going to the vet, and I would get a microscope. And there's a couple things.
You could get your wife a microscope for her birthday, like James did to me one time.
I did. Got her a microscope.
My daughter goes, "Oh, Mom, you got a microscope."
She was excited.
I said, "Good, then you can have it."
I got sunburned there, didn't I? I'm looking red here. Get a microscope, and then you can go get what's called a hemactus slide. They're like $30 on Amazon with a graduated slide with a kind of a dimple in it, and you can then learn how to do your own count. You don't have to have a vet for this, but I mean, you can go to the vet too. But there's not much point going to the vet when you've got a few little spots. You need to get a CC or two on a regular basis before you start worrying about whether or not
It used to be interesting when we'd see how the cornified the cornflake in the
use it for that to predict when to breed dogs. What you call
that was interesting.
Vaginal cytology.
My daughter just loved doing that stuff.
Right,
seeing it. Get your kids involved; they'll love it.
That's exactly right.
This is a whole family affair that James and I have.
Yes,
both our kids are in it. So
all three of them have been in it.
Yeah.
All three of them.
Yeah.
So Cody
and then the granddaughter too.
And the granddaughter, right?
But she's moved on to golden retrievers on training and stuff, field training.
Yep.
So she's doing really good.
Yeah. Rain French Bulldog says, yes, raw is more work than kibble, but not a crazy amount. We buy 8-10-10 blends, 8 muscle meat, 10 organ, and 10% bone content, and all types of treats, raw chicken backs, feet, rabbit's feet with fur on. Yeah.
I meant Irish setters.
Irish setters, right.
Get my neck cut off for saying.
She also says that
she does Irish setters.
Also says that raw quail's eggs are amazing for dogs. Makes coats. Because I hate to think what it costs to feed dogs raw quail's eggs.
Maybe you raise your own quail.
I love quail. It's not cheap though. Not when you go to the restaurant.
Eggs.
Little bitty birds, right?
Yeah, real rich.
Castle Lab says, I cannot afford to take the chance for any raw chicken. I'm not prepared to see if it will work, but I'd love to try it. I lie awake at night listening for them to puke. I honestly, just do what you're comfortable with.
Well, they say if you don't cook it, then you're not too worried about the bone. I guess because it's more soft. If you cook it, if you fry it, if you whatever, it breaks off in slivers, kind of like a pork chop bone.
Or chicken bone in particular.
Yeah.
It kind of snaps.
Yeah.
As opposed to being bendy.
Well, that's what I just said.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're not listening.
I am listening.
No, you're not. You never do.
Ninja Schnauzers agrees with Fashion Forward. I'm not sure what we were talking about with Fashion Forward, but anyway.
Agrees with what?
I'm not sure. Pamela says, did the red eye glow? So if you get a solid red eye glow, if you take a dog that
in the bathroom in the dark,
yes,
and have somebody hold it about 5-6 feet away from you, and you get your phone, put it on the video with the light on the camera, not in the bathroom, the light on the camera, and do a video and have them slowly turn that dog's face from you to around the side, back and forth, like right here's the puppy dog, and you're doing this. And call the dog's name so he'll look up at you while you're in the dark, and video that with that light on that camera. You'll see the eye glow.
When you start seeing
review it.
What age you start seeing it?
Oh gosh, 6 weeks. Probably.
Yes, right. When they're like their eyes first open, when they're like 2 weeks old, you probably won't be seeing it. You might see a bit of difference in a litter where you've got some that are carry chocolate, some don't. But I can tell you this: if you got a dog that's 6 months old or older, it's demonic. I mean,
but if it has that blue, it's not.
Yeah, it's not it. It's not it. Yeah, but a dog that is 6 months old or older, it will have a striking red eye.
Oh yeah, it'll look almost evil.
Absolutely, it'll look absolutely
little demon dog.
It look like just bright red eyes looking at you. Right.
Yeah. We had a female one time that got an infection in one eye, and it's the infection went from the inside out and burst, so she lost that one eye. She had the red eye glow, but when she had just that one eye with one eye red glow, we would go and check on the dogs, and she'd look up and you'd see this one eyeball red just flashing at you, and you were like, holy cow.
Cynthia Gale, female, just went into heat. She has very little discharge and a small amount of blood, is light, not dark, but she just started maybe 3 days ago. Light color and very little discharge. Is this normal? Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so the question gets to be, what is normal discharge in dogs? And it's very
well. What's normal? What's not normal is a green discharge.
Oh yeah, or
a yellowy. Yeah, you say
about,
that's an infection. Of course, it's an infection when it's green too, and green is definitely not good when you have a pregnant dog. Right. But green anytime, just really bad.
Or smelly.
Yeah.
Or thick.
Yellow thick. Is like a yeast infection.
Yeah, or could be pyometria as well.
Yeah. That's not good.
So, I mean,
take a temperature.
There you go. Exactly right. Take a temperature.
If you see a different color in discharge, take a temperature. Yeah.
But back to what Cynthia's asking about.
So, what is a dog's normal temperature? That's going to be the next question.
100 to 101.5. That range. 102 is
100 and what?
100 to 101.5 is normal range.
Okay.
102 or above is a high temperature. But back to what Cynthia was saying, the amount of discharge, the color discharge can be very variable in dogs. Your dog's only 3 days in, so it's not lightening up because the dog's ready to be bred. It's just lightening up because it's not lightening up. It just hasn't really got very red yet. And some dogs look like a murder scene, and some dogs don't have any discharge at all.
Kit, oh my goodness, it was embarrassing with Kit.
Yeah. Yes,
you just didn't want her around anybody.
And some dogs, their whole vulva pooches up like a baboon, and some don't. So it's very variable, right? So Raining French Bulldogs, we feed raw chicken, turkey, pork, beef, fish, boar, kangaroo.
They eat good. Kangaroo?
Yeah.
Where's he from?
Yeah, they've got a zoo next to them.
Oh.
And they hop over the fence and they bag a kanga. They must be in Australia or New Zealand, I would think. Where are you? Where are you, Raining French Bulldogs? We make sure to wash our hands after preparing food and wash their bowls after each day. Easy peasy. Yeah, great. I bet your dogs will love it. I mean, if our dogs came over to your house and they had what you're eating, your dogs are eating, I think they'd be
James, when he dies, he wants to come back as one of your dogs.
That's right. Yep, that's right.
I can arrange that right now.
Yeah, right. So Pamela said, this is what I did. My female is red, but my male is one red and one blue. We will have our first litter in November 7th, so I was wondering if we would get it in the litter.
Well, DNA.
Yeah.
Do DNA and you'll know exactly what's going on with the red eyes.
Well, you need to know DNA of your two dogs.
Yeah.
So a dog that has one copy of either chocolate or Rojo will not have a red eye glow. You have to have two copies of either one or two copies of both have a red eye glow.
Mm-hmm.
If one of the eyes is blue in a dark room, it's probably not a chocolate dog.
I can't remember if Belfin had a red eye glow or not. That big old chocolate male that I had from Russia.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
I know that he was a big rope. That was how many years? 20 years ago?
I missed a question because somebody asked a question on big ropes that I thought would be very interesting. I'll go find
because we had a beautiful, big chocolate Belfin. French Bulldog, beautiful big head, and his nose was just, and he was just such a handsome boy, and he was my lover boy.
D. Dover says, and this is for you, Tammy, is big rope to big rope dangerous to breed?
I don't think so.
I thought you told me the other day that this is problematic.
Oh, wait a minute.
You told me that.
Did I tell you
Yeah,
that?
you did. You absolutely did. Because
Because
I didn't know, and you came back and said if you read a
oh, I know. It was about
the Shar-Pei thing.
Breathing. Yeah,
There's some kind of Shar-Pei illness.
Oh, yeah. It's a fever.
Shar-Pei fever.
Yeah, I think Shar-Pei fever is what.
Yeah.
I read that up the other day. Something about Shar-Pei fever. So if anybody has that answer, please give that answer and tell us more.
What Tammy told me the other day, and I haven't verified it, so she could be wrong, but she's not normally, is that if you breed a big rope to a big rope, you could have a problem with this thing called Shar-Pei fever. That's all we know. But it definitely needs to be thought about.
I thought I sent all that information to you so you could read up on it.
Castle Hill Labs
I did.
said hello and hi back to you. Castle Hill Labs says, why is heartworm prevention so expensive? It's not. I'll tell you how you do it. I skip winter months to save dollars. The mosquitoes have been in abundance this summer. Well,
let me just say this. You don't worm, it's going to be expensive and costly.
We're talking about heartworm in particular.
Oh, heartworming. Okay.
Ivermectin. We give ivermectin once every 3 months. So that is a very... ivermectin is expensive stuff, but you don't hardly give any of it. So, I think you can still buy it. I've got it in the fridge. You could buy it at your local kind of farmer type store because they use it for cows.
Atwood's, Tractor Supply.
Right. So ivermectin. Go look up ivermectin.
Farm stores.
So you can use ivermectin. It's an off-label use.
And probably your gins, with the cotton gin where they
bring in their cotton.
Yeah, they will.
You think so?
Oh yeah, they keep supplies there for you to buy.
So if anybody else is using ivermectin, give us a thumbs up. Tell us what you're doing. But ivermectin, it's also good for things like scabies and red mange. That's the treatment for it, is to give ivermectin. All right, let's get back to where we were. Blah, 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 blah. See here, dipropylene.
Can we get some more thumbs up? We're getting behind on that. Hit that like button, pretty please.
We're getting there. Here we go. Fashion Forward Mum says, my chocolate and white Shih Tzu now that he is 3 weeks old has turned Dobie colours. Oh, there you go. Looking like a Doberman Pinscher, but fluffy. So that is, I think it's a Shih Tzu. Very interesting. Chocolate and white Shih Tzu. Well, that sounds very interesting. I love these different colours.
Pretty. Yeah, you'll have to send us a picture on our phone to us after the program.
Joseph says, my daughter gave me her Frenchie. She has had her pups before, and I put her with my males, so I didn't think she was due for heat. And now I think she's pregnant. I'm not sure if you bred to another Frenchie or if you had one of those mess ups. Fashion Forward Mum.
Okay.
Oh, reigning French Bulldogs. They're in Canada. Where are you getting kangaroo meat in Canada? How are you getting that?
From the boats.
Have you ever eaten kangaroo?
No.
I haven't either.
What's it taste like?
I have no idea. Chicken.
Yeah. Hey, I need to bring up that Cody's got a litter of puppies, and they carry pink. Some will. I don't think.
You said you're going to get rid of me.
But anyway.
Sorry.
Full fluffies, Harlequin tweed merles, beautiful. Some of them are going to carry pink. You talk about beefy little puppies. They are. Give him a call, 806-664-0173. And if you can't get a hold of him, call me, 580-799-1910. All my babies are gone. Spoke for. Have new homes.
And nobody's bred.
Going next week.
Nobody's bred.
And nobody's
So
bred.
we've got a quiet spell.
We're waiting on females to come in heat.
Yep. Wicked Good Bulldog says.
What were you going to say that somebody said that I?
Oh, that you talked about get rid of me, and they said they'd take me. Branding French Bulldogs said,
hey,
we'll take you, James. Thank you.
I'll send him, free of charge. Come get him.
I'll work hard. I'll work hard for you. I'll work for my food. My Pet Carnivore carries great raw products, balanced raw 80-10-10, and proteins like beaver, muskrat, rabbit, and more. What is Pet Carnivore? Is that an outfit that sells raw food? What is Pet Carnivore? Yeah. Muskrat.
That sounds.
So here you go. Wicked Good Bulldogs. Heartworm prevention injection. Injection ivermectin. What you're talking about is the injectable version of ivermectin. Give it orally, 0.1 per every 10 pounds. They do it monthly. We do it every 3 months. There you go. Exactly right. Doesn't take much of it. I don't normally like to give out dosages unless I'm absolutely 100% positive because I don't want to make a mistake. But all of these things you can just look at on the internet. But yeah, there you go. It's very inexpensive. I mean, you get a little bottle of it. It goes an awful long way because it's, if you've got a 20-pound dog, it's getting 0.2 cc's, very small amount. What I do is I mix it up in some Coke, and then so I got some volume to work with. I take that dosage for all the dogs, put it in some Coke, put some Coke with it, and when I say
Coke Zero,
Coca-Cola, yeah, Coke Zero, not
Coke Zero or Coke. Coke Zero doesn't have any sugar in it.
Well, that'd be fine. Either one's fine. I mean, something just to give you some volume, so they like to eat, and it should taste nice, and squirt down the mouth. Fashion forward mum, I bred a gold black mask to a full chocolate. All I got was black puppies. Is that normal?
Black is a very dominant color.
So I'm not sure what a gold black mask is.
Probably 10 points, and it just looks gold.
Yes. So remember, if you breed to a full chocolate, but the other dog has no copies of chocolate, you are not going to get any chocolate dogs.
That was always hard for me to figure out.
Yep, not going to get chocolate dogs.
I couldn't understand it.
Yeah. So Castle Hill Labs says I'll look into ivermectin. Yeah, do it. You'll like that solution. Fashion Forward says that was a Frenchie to Frenchie breeding. Good. I'm going to slaughter your name here. Samnarco Cada. I don't know if I got that right. Opinions on a cryptic merle being bred to a merle.
That's fine. A cryptic merle bred to another merle is okay, but a merle and a merle.
So explain what a cryptic merle is for everybody.
Cryptic merle is a dog that does not show merle on the outside. Not just because it's covered in cream, because if it's covered in cream, it is a merle.
Good point.
And it has to come back on when you do the DNA as the cryptic merle. But a cryptic merle to a merle is a-okay to breed to.
Normally it's M(c) is what you call a cryptic merle if on the test, or it might be a low number on the merle test.
M is in mom.
Yes, yeah, or M is in merle, but yes, right.
Of course.
But like Tammy says, you can breed a cryptic merle to a merle. From what I've read, there's a 4% chance of having problems, which is pretty darn low. So yeah, it's probably fine. Okay, so My Pet Carnivore is a raw company that ships. Interesting. Now, where are you? Are you the people in Canada?
Yes, those are the people in
Canada. No, that's
Canada.
Raining French Bulldogs in Canada. Wicked Good Bulldogs, they're not Canada. Where are you? Where are you? I'd like to know about that. So My Pet Carnivore, how much is it? What does it cost you to buy food? Does it come refrigerated? Does it come in a freezer pack?
Well, I'm sure it comes in packs of freezers, like freezer packs.
So how does it come? What does it cost a pound? I'd like to know. Also, is a pup that's classified as merle carrying cryptic merle considered a double merle, MMC, or would it be classified as a merle carrying cryptic? Well,
can you get that?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
A merle that carries cryptic merle.
You can get a dog that's both a merle. So let's talk about merles for a moment. Merle dogs typically only have a single copy because you don't breed a merle to a merle, because if you do, you can get deaf and blind dogs. So almost all merle dogs. Merle is a one thing like brindle that you only need a single copy to be expressed. So a merle dog almost always will have a single copy, right? But if you breed a merle dog to a cryptic merle, then 1/4 of the litter will be MMC. They'll have basically 2 copies of merle. They'll have the merle and they'll have the cryptic merle. They'll have both. And those dogs are fine. I've never seen one. I'm sure it looks like a
I
regular
have on
merle dog.
Facebook.
Have you?
It's been quite some time
And
ago, though,
would
when
look
it was a big thing. You couldn't tell that it was a merle.
well, no,
I'm talking about the one that has
cryptic.
cryptic merle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's not a merle. Yeah, I haven't seen a merle, cryptic merle.
Right. Yeah. So
I haven't heard of one.
So I call it. So some people talk about double merles. Double merles scare the crap out of me because you think they're MM dogs. But if you're talking about a dog that was MMC, that wouldn't be an issue, and maybe you'd call it a double merle. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but it would be fine. No reason not to do it. The phantom poodle you have, does that color come in the smaller ones too?
I bet it does. I was just looking for standards. I hadn't had a standard poodle in my life, so I
She's a
wanted
nice
to
dog,
find one.
isn't
She's wonderful.
she? Yeah, she's a nice dog.
She's annoying sometimes, but if I can put up with you, I can put up with my dog.
Hey, you don't even have to live in this body. I mean, I have to put up with myself 24/7, and it's difficult. I'm telling you
Okay,
right now.
to the questions.
Fashion forward mum, the farmer's dog I was going to try said it was $3 a day per dog. Yeah, because it depends on the size of the dog, doesn't it? I mean, what do you think so when we buy Life's Abundance, that is a 40-pound bag?
I get the 20-pound every 3 weeks, and I buy two bags each time of the adult and the puppy.
What do you think it costs us to feed Life
Puppy
Abundance?
only when I have puppies.
What do you think it costs us to feed Life Abundance to our big dogs?
I don't know.
I don't know either. We get it every. How often do you buy? I don't know. It's not cheap. I don't know. But it's got to be cheaper.
But
than
it's cheaper than.
Yeah, I would think so.
There's other Science Diet. It's cheaper than. There's a bunch of food out there. It's like medium priced compared to the others that are out there. If you'll read the ingredients on it, it's really good stuff. And we sell it on our website at mybreedersupply.com. And do we have any specials going on?
Not that I know of.
No specials?
Not that I know of.
Are you sure?
No, but not that I know of. Almost certainly no.
Do we have any specials on our lift? We haven't talked about our lifts in a long time.
We do have some specials on our poop tray for sure.
Okay, we've got specials on our poop tray.
So the specials on the poop tray is, well, there's a couple of specials. One is if you buy a medium and a large, you get, what do you get off? I think you get $5 off. But I have to go look. It's on the website. But if you buy a medium, a small, a medium, and a large, we give you the small for free, which is $29 item you get for free. So it's $39 for the medium and $49 for the large, $29 for the small. If you get all three, we throw in the small one for free, so you're getting $29 off. That's a pretty good deal.
Do we have any lifts to sell?
We do.
Okay.
We do.
And does Cody have lifts to sell as well?
He does.
Okay.
He does.
So Cody or James, call them up for the lifts.
Yes.
Saves your knees, your back.
Absolutely.
Your patience.
Yes.
You enjoy them a lot better. It's sitting in the chair level and taking care of them and standing up.
Wicked good Bulldogs. Maine is close to Canada. The food comes frozen. It's shipped 2-day. Prices are good, but the shipping can be a bit pricey. They have deals where you can get packages and specials with free shipping. Oh, interesting. Oh, I'm going to go check that out. Maybe get some as a treat for our dogs. It's a good one for Tammy here. HD Frenchies. What do you feed picky pregnant mamas? She's about halfway through the pregnancy right now.
Well, you always just switch their food around, or you sit down and hand feed them, or
I've seen you do that quite a bit. And I think
boiled chicken, or roasted chicken. Peel the chicken off of there and the fat, the skin, and just give them the meat. You can do canned chicken as well. Mix it up in their food. Make it more interesting. Do not give cottage cheese until after she's had the babies.
So what goes on here is that the dogs got really a lot of puppies in there.
Well, they got a lot of puppies. They don't want to eat very much, so they eat in small amounts each time. So that'll help a lot.
But what Tammy does is she goes and hand feeds dogs, and a dog that what they want is something special. And so I think that the hand feeding, they think something special is coming.
Well, they are special.
Well, I know they are, but I mean, why does a dog that won't eat any food, why will it take food if you hand feed it?
What?
One of your dogs doesn't want to eat food, it's pregnant, it's
Mm-hmm.
the last couple of weeks of pregnancy, it's not eating food very well. Mm-hmm. And you'll go in there and give the food you normally give, and you'll hand feed it and they'll eat it. Why are they eating it?
They just appreciate it better that way, I think.
Yeah, or they think there's something
They're
special.
getting attention.
Yeah. Anyway, that works.
They're getting the extra attention. It's just like a woman that's pregnant. She wants a little more attention when she's pregnant. How about that?
Wicked good bulldogs. Our dog's favorite are the beaver's tails. They have dehydrated treats.
Beaver tails?
Beaver tails.
You right. Talk like Granny on the Clampets.
Yeah, beaver tail stew.
No, it was possum.
Possum stew.
Possum stew. Ugh.
We used to have a place with some ponds on it, and we'd get problems with beavers just tearing the damn place up. We'd trap those beavers. Oh. And the first time we were out there, you remember that? We were out there, and I was out by the pond, one of the ponds, and I thought you were throwing big rocks. What it was a damn beaver slapping his tail on the pond as a warning, because he saw me and was letting all the other beavers know there's a human around, and he'd smack his tail on the. Mm-hmm. We trapped those beavers. They were huge. Fashion forward mum, science diet is crazy expensive. Yeah, I'm not a fan of science diet. You know why you see science diet? Because the vets get it for free. So they push it.
They do?
Yes.
They get it for free?
Well, you see it they're getting a hell of a discount. Yeah, I think they're getting it for free. I don't
think they get it for free, Jay.
Well, why are they
You don't get anything in this world for free.
Why are they all selling it?
You got to work for it.
Why are they all selling it?
Because they think it's good.
Yeah, I think that's not the reason why.
I don't know.
I'm going to guess that they...
Go ahead with the other questions.
Okay. Illinois 309. Where can I find a blocky structured foundation female?
A what?
Us. A blocky structured foundation female. Well, Cody might have one.
Yeah, I think
Cody's got some nice dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, call Cody up. He's got
I'll be having some babies, but not anytime soon.
Yes.
Hopefully, Phoebe will come in to eat. She's a nice, stocky female.
And if you get a female from either Cody or from Tammy and I, those girls come with future half-price breedings for life back to any of our studs. So that is a pretty good deal. Yep. Natural line, my puppy's dew claw must have ripped off because I noticed it's swollen and gone.
That's one of the reasons. Cut it. That's why we trim our puppy's toenails.
Yep.
Not trim them. We remove that dew claw.
Between 3 and 7 days old.
I used to work at a vet's office, and there was people that would come in where their little dog had jumped off the couch and got it caught on a blanket or something, and it broke it because it's a bone. That little thumb right there turns into a bone after, what, a week and a half, 2 weeks old puppy turns into bone?
Yes.
Yeah. So when they're like 3 and 4 and 5 days old, you can take that off, and it's not...
Very easy.
Yeah, real easy.
Super easy.
It's not a bone yet.
We do it in all of our dogs.
So if you remove that, you don't have to worry about it getting it caught on something and breaking that later in life.
And you can use that.
It's very painful for them.
Use that dew claw, send off the DNA too.
Oh, yeah.
I can take the dew claws off a puppy in a minute.
Yeah, we do it, and we send the DNA off, and when they're like 4 and 5 days old.
No fussing, no muss, no screaming, no screaming, no blood. It's just so easy. You just need to get it done. Mm-hmm.
What do you say about it?
Notice it's swollen and gone. You didn't say anything else about it. So Narco again says, are extreme pied morals more pronounced health risks such as blindness, deafness, due to low pigmentation? And do you believe it'd be possible for them to pass down the defects such as blindness, deafness? Well, I mean, so you want to say something?
Well,
how about it?
The extreme pied part, you deaf and blindness on that.
So explain what extreme pied is, so people know.
No color on the ears, very little spotting.
Yes. So don't look predominantly white.
Right.
Especially on the face.
Right.
That's an extreme pied. You don't breed extreme pieds back to other pieds.
Yeah.
Because if you get extreme pieds, they tend to be deaf.
Right.
Now, is that a genetic thing? No, not exactly.
No.
It's not like if you've got a dog that's an extreme pied and is deaf, and you bred that dog to a non-pied, that it would have deaf puppies. No, it would not. I mean, I don't think it would. So it's not the same thing as a genetic. This is a structural thing, and I don't know what's going on here, but it's not a genetic thing per se. It's more to do with, I don't know how to describe this. But I mean, I think you've got to be careful. Don't breed morals to morals. Don't breed extreme pies to pies because of this deafness thing. But it's not. That is not a genetic thing. It is
And
it's a structural thing, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. You can say something?
I was going to say, don't breed coys to merles either.
Because they're merles. Right. Yes.
A coy is just another merle.
Yes.
So you can't breed him or her, a coy dog, to a merle.
So natural answer, I wanted to remove dew claws, but today is day 14. Yes, too late. You can't remove that dew claw now. The other one, it would not be a good thing.
Yeah. The longer you wait, you definitely, it's a surgery to get dew claws removed. So when they're puppies,
A horrible surgery too.
And
horrible surgery.
Yeah.
We had a cat, we had it removed. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was no fun for that cat at all.
Yeah. Our very first male, little man, I had his removed. They were pretty sore.
Yes.
And I won't ever do that again.
Right. The amazing
but when they're puppies, you remove it. Like I said, it's not a bone when they're 5 days old, 4 days old. You remove that. It's not a bone. But if you wait, don't remove it later because it's too painful.
Raining French Bulldogs. The amazing thing about raw food is we've never had a mum turn down food when pregnant. Yes, you got me convinced. I'm sure they love it, right? A natural line. So we're trying to deworm, and what do you know? She aspirated, had me panicking. Yep. So you got to be careful about that. Cynthia Gale, so just wanted to say thank you.
Real slow when you're worming them.
Yes, exactly right. Because they don't like it, and so they're
you have to kind of blow in their face where they'll swallow that.
Yep.
We always hold their little face up and kind of cup their little lips like this and start blowing in their face, and then rub their little throat, and they'll start swallowing. Close their mouth and rub their throat, and they'll start swallowing. If they don't, they act like they're holding it, because we've had puppies hold it in their mouth like a child, and you blow in their face, they're going to swallow. So just another little tips.
Fast forward mum says, yeah, I do it on the side of the mouth, super slow with breaks in between. So there you go. Cynthia Gale, listen to what Cynthia says here. Just wanted to say thank you so much for taking the time to do this each week. Everyone hit the thumbs up button. Show them their support and love.
Thanks.
Thank you, Cynthia. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it doesn't take we were doing actually pretty good on the thumbs up, but there's
we could do some more.
20 of you there who could give us some thumbs up, and that'd be nice.
Hit that like button. That's what the thumbs up is. Pretty please. Thank you, Cynthia. Nice words.
Fast forward, Mom. So is the DNA test the same as the genetics test? And which one tells you what colors they carry? Well, so the DNA test that you get from AKC is a parentage thing, and it's got nothing to do with coat color, and that doesn't do you any good whatsoever at all. It just proves genetics. Who the parents are of a puppy. But animal genetics, VetGen, UC Davis, Paws and Pals.
What's the one that takes forever? Like 4 weeks.
Well, I think they're all much better these days, but they all do coat color tests. That's what you want, right?
And they'll also do the panel test too. But remember, on a bunch of these panel tests that you have done, it's this, because there's things that are on there that the French Bulldog does not have.
So Pamela asks, what is the best DNA test to order from? So the place that we exclusively order from is Animal Genetics. Because they give us $1,000, but no, they don't. They give us diddly squat.
Oh, I wish.
They don't give us anything. But they do know who we are, which is nice, So I've talked to them. They recognize who I am. So that's kind of nice, because I do talk about them, and I do talk about why do we like Animal Genetics? Because they're all about the same price. The thing about Animal Genetics is they are quick. When you send your order in, once they receive it, within a couple of days, typically, you will get an email that the results are in.
And if you think something's wrong with it, they'll retest again.
And we had that situation the other day.
Not the other day.
Not the other day. Yeah. But a few months back.
Because James didn't listen to me.
No, I'm just screwed up. I screwed up.
Yeah.
And then
say that again.
I screwed up. And I thought it was going to cost me to have another test, because I got 2 dogs mixed up, and I didn't know which test went with which dog. So that was the problem I had. And I called them up and told them I'd done. They said, "Oh, just send 2 more samples and we'll retest again and won't charge you." Oh, that's pretty damn nice because it was my fault and they gave me a complete test all over again. So right now they used to have coupons and I wait for coupons, but here for the last 3 months they've dropped prices and $130 gets you a complete coat color test on a dog for about $130, including a 6-panel health test. Is animal genetics okay for Shih Tzus? It's okay for birds. It's okay for horses, and
For
it's okay
lots
for
of
dogs.
things.
Yep.
The answer was yes.
Castle Hill Labs. I'm confused a bit that my yellow lab girl is EE but listed dominant black. So
Well, if she's a dominant black, then she'll have a black nose because the Dudley.
correct.
If she's got a Dudley nose, which is kind of a tan compared to the black nose.
Yeah, so we used to raise labs, so we knew all the DNA then, and it's been 30 years. But I'm going to tell you this: there is 3 different kinds of cream labs you can get, from what I remember. So you could get a lab that was a Dudley that didn't have the dominant black gene, and that had a brown nose,
tan.
Yeah, or liver nose.
Yeah,
you call it liver, right? Liver. You can have a dog in it. The other 2 dogs have 1 or 2 copies of the dominant black. They're still yellow dogs, and they have black noses.
And there'll be a golden yellow.
And those dogs can produce black dogs. So you can have a cream dog that, when put with another lab, can produce black dogs. So the DNA.
We had the white labs.
Yes, the DNA on labs
Beautiful.
back then was not very complicated. There weren't very many variations of this. There was about 8 variations on both sides. So there was 64 combinations of colors you could get. Anyway,
we even had the foxtail red labs too.
Cosmo says she's not a Dudley. No, she wouldn't be a Dudley. If she's a Dudley, she wouldn't be dominant black. So the dominant black just tells you there's a black gene that's being overridden by the double E, but she's a dominant black. She's got a black nose. So that's what it is. And I probably haven't got this completely right, but I'm close to being right on this. Right. She's a Lithuania import. Interesting. We've imported some dogs from Lithuania, haven't we? Not labs though.
Frenchies.
Frenchies.
Cool.
Right.
What else did we do? You act like you had to think about that one.
What?
We only did labs and Frenchies. Chanel did the Chihuahuas, the long-haired teacup Chihuahuas.
Oh, we've done other dogs.
Like Errol. Well, not as what we're in depth with. We had a Shih Tzu one time. And we had one of those butterfly-eared dogs one time.
Yeah, what is that dog
Papillon.
called? Papillons. Butterfly dogs. Papillons.
My mother had a Pomeranians.
And we had King Charles Spaniels.
My mother did.
But we bred it. But yeah, right. And we've had Poodles.
Me, not you, until now. You and I never had a poodle together.
They're Chihuahuas.
I just mentioned it a while ago.
Yeah, we had a little poodle. That little poodle died. Little tiny, beautiful poodle.
No.
Was that not a poodle?
No, the little blue poodle.
Yeah.
We never had puppies from her. She was too little.
No, yeah, but we were going to, I guess is what I would say, yeah. Right.
No, we weren't going to because she was too little.
Okay, well, that's true. Yeah.
She was a blue.
Fashion Forward Mom says you'll need more Shih Tzus. I can send you several. LOL. I think she's got a whole bunch right now. Now we've got 4. What have we got for breeding dogs right now? We have, how many Frenchies do we have that are?
Kit's retired.
Kit's retired, she doesn't count, right?
We have Posh. I'm thinking about selling her.
Posh, Phoebe, and
Sophia.
3.
And then the up and coming.
Got an up and coming.
Capri.
And then Tammy's looking to get another dog on board. So we'll have 4 because our daughter's going to get involved in this. And so we want to have some kind of her to be able to make some income as well. She's very good at it, by the way. She's very good. 1 or
2 extra females that are going to be up and coming. So I'm
excited to see what Chanel can do with TikTok and other stuff. So, anyway, there we go. It's 9 o'clock and we're about running out of questions here. So
you are? How's our thumbs up?
Fashion Forward Mom, so confused.
Better.
Some people say shots are 6 weeks, some say 7 weeks. What do you say?
As long as you do your shots 3 weeks, 3 weeks apart. That's the most important thing. We normally do 6 weeks, but every once in a while we get lazy with it, and it may be 6.5 weeks, maybe 7 weeks. So we time it 3 weeks from that 6 or 6.5 or 7 weeks, 3 weeks apart. Because if you do every 2 weeks with the shot, you'll have to redo them all over again because it will not work. So you wait till they're 3 weeks in between. You can go as long as 4 weeks in between, but do not go beyond that, or you'll have to start all over again.
Yeah. So the question gets to be is why does this matter? Why are some people saying 6 weeks and some people saying 7 weeks? So what's going on here is when puppies are born, they get natural immunity from their mum. That's the colostrum and the milk they get from mum. They get and the blood that they've been using. They get natural antibodies from mum. If you give a shot before those antibodies are wearing off, the shot won't work. If you get your shots too close together, that's why you wait till 5 or 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks to your first shot. If you get your shots too close together, the previous shot is still working and you won't get a good immunity from the next shot you give. So that's why you've got to get this timing right. If you get the timing wrong, then the shots won't work, and if you leave it too long, you're going to start the whole process all over again. So be consistent about this. We do 6, 9, and 12. Mm-hmm. But you certainly could do.
Well, when they leave, they definitely have their 9-week shot, and they can, or 9.5, depending on when we
Well, that's
started.
what I was going to say as well.
So as long as it's 3 weeks in between, that's
so
good.
That's the reason we don't do 7 weeks. If it was 7 weeks, the next shot would be at 10 weeks, and we don't want a puppy to ship, travel, or go to another place with only one set of shots. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't be able to give the next shots until 10 weeks, and it's likely that the puppy would already have left.
Like this time, I did it at 6.5 weeks.
Yes.
So I have to wait till there's 9.5 weeks before I give their last shot before they go to their new home.
Yep.
And I let them make sure they're here with us at least 24 hours after they've had their last final shot here with us at 9 weeks or 9.5 weeks.
Yes.
And then they can go to their new home after that. So, and then we give them a list of when is their next shot due, what date.
Yes. So the important thing here is
wormings. You got to do those wormings.
If you are late giving a shot, don't make a short gap to the next shot. You've got to extend that out.
3 weeks apart.
3 weeks apart, right? 3 weeks apart or thereabout. You probably could do 2.5 weeks. Probably do 3.5 weeks.
No, you cannot do 2.5 weeks.
Okay. Well, all right. So I don't know that that's
3 weeks to 4 weeks.
Well, let's just say it's 3 weeks and then everybody's happy.
Right.
So. But that's it. You can start them earlier and you can start them later. But if you start late, remember, those puppies are going to go to their new homes.
But you got to worm those puppies too.
Yeah, so that one, by the way.
Safe puppy wormer at 2 and 4 weeks.
Yeah, so that would be Nemex2 or parental program.
Then at 6 weeks, safeguard every 2 weeks.
For 3 days in a row.
And then when you do safeguard, you got to do it 3 days in a row.
Yes. Now, if you've missed your wormings, that's not a problem.
It can be.
Well, I mean, it might be a problem in terms of puppies getting worms, but I mean,
a puppy can die from worms.
Well, yeah, no, but what I meant here is
it is very important.
But the wormings don't have to be exactly 3 weeks apart because it's not the same thing as a vaccination. So if you're late on a worming, get the worming done, then do the next one in another 2 or 3 weeks, and you'll be another 2 weeks, and you keep on from there, and you'll be fine. So it's not the same as a vaccine.
Also, remember too, do not let your puppy go to the park, go into the pet stores until that puppy's been fully vaccinated all the way to its rabies shots.
Yeah, right.
Because it can come down with something and you don't want to lose your baby when you get it home.
Especially things like parvo. Parvo's nasty.
That's what I'm talking about.
Parvo and distemper, these things have wiped dogs out. And you really don't have immunity, solid immunity, unless you have properly administered shots. And a puppy's probably 6 months old.
My puppies aren't on the grass here whatsoever. Nope. They go to their new homes, to their new area. Right. So they're never introduced to grass around.
And then this whole thing about
we've got a lot of concrete. I've got my back patio with heated floors that it's all enclosed with glass windows, air conditioning. They get to run around there and play and
not outside.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is this canine herpes virus. That can get dogs too. So if you
But you know what? I haven't heard that this year yet.
Well,
I know it's probably out there, but not like what it was a couple of years back. A couple of years back, you couldn't send. Well, was that just last year?
You talk about canine flu, I think.
Oh, the flu.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
You talk about rhinovirus.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's have a look. See if there are more questions here because we're about to dump on you. Let's
Yeah.
see here what we got.
Remember, Cody's got little puppies at home. If you want to call and check on them, they are beautiful. You talk about beefy little babies. They are beefy, beautiful heads. I think Husky Supreme was the daddy to that too as well. So they're little merles. Beautiful. Carrion pink. 580-799-1910 is my number. If you can't get a hold of Cody at 806-664-0173.
Elliot Spinard, what if, this last question here, what if the mum won't leave the puppies to go potty outside? Any advice? So, yeah, we've seen this. Where the mum just doesn't want to leave the puppies.
You have to make her go potty.
Just make her, drag her out.
Because you don't want her potty in
drag her out.
Bed with
grab her by just drag her out. Literally, grab her out.
Be careful because she's got a little C-section probably.
No, but for us, we've got an area outside where the dog can go outside and it's still enclosed. It can't get out of that area. So there's a sliding door right where the puppies are. The heated air conditioned area. Lift goes down. If she doesn't want to come out, she goes out.
Yeah.
And we go open
if
the door.
If she pees on that concrete, all I have to do is throw water and Lysol on top of it and wash it away.
We push her out there and she stays out there for at least 5 minutes and maybe 10, 15 minutes. Stretch her legs and go pee.
Because you don't want her to get into a habit of peeing and pooping where the puppies are.
Hopefully
it's funny. They don't do that.
I mean, I think, for instance, look at every single one of our litters here. They've all, some of our dogs can be pretty bad about pooping in a cage, but they are great when they've got babies. And so anyway, there we go. All right. So that's it. Thanks for watching. And everybody have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Call us on those potty trays. They're on special.
Yep, potty trays special.
And the lifts, James or Cody.
Yes. I'll probably do a little bit of a discount on lifts too, actually.
Okay.
They've got some lifts that's, But if you want a lift or a potty tray or our new flat chest kit, give us a call. 580-799-2873.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
See ya.
Oh, look, the judge says the potty trays work. Thank you. Appreciate that. Bye, everybody. I need to get out of this. Oh, I messed it up.